Please join first. Tell others to join first, okay? I'll be taking attendance within 2 minutes. Please join first. Can you see the screen? Okay. So we were speaking about equivalence relations. Now, another method. Write down another question. Next question. This was one question. So the next question is, next question. A digraph a digraph of a relation R, a digraph of a relation R on set A is equal to 1, 2, 3. Okay, you're given a set A is equal to 1, 2, 3 is given below. The diagram of this set is given below. Determine if R is an equivalence relation. Okay, you have to check if R is an equivalence relation. Determine if R is an equivalence relation. The diagram is given below and you have to check if R is an equivalence relation. Did you write down the question? I'm going to change this question. A diagram of the relation R on set A is equal to 1, 2, 3 is given below and determine if it is an equivalence relation. Did you write down the question? Did you write down the question? Hello? Okay. So the diagram is as follows. This is node 1, this is node 2, and this is node 3. There is a self loop here. There is a self loop here also. And there is one arrow. One. See these bidirectional arrows. Instead of bidirectional arrows, plain lines can be drawn. If only a single line is drawn, it implies that they are bidirectional. So this is a directed graph. This is the digraph. This is the digraph of set A is equal to 1, 2, 3. So we said earlier that relations can also be represented graphically. Do you remember how many ways we can represent relations in graphical form? Do you remember how many graphical representations are there for a relation? How can you represent relations in graphical form? How many ways are there? How many different ways are there for representing relations graphically? Yes, very good. Directed graph is there. Then how many ways total? How many ways? I think I had told you there are different ways. What is the total number of ways? Four ways. Very good, Akshara. Four ways. What are those four ways? Instead of directly giving the relation, you will be given this graphical representation. And from that graphical representation, you have to write down the ordered pairs in that relation. And then you have to check if it is an equivalence relation. Okay, sometimes the graphical notation of the relation will be given. Instead of directly giving the relation R is equal to, usually in these questions which we solved, the relation like this was given to you directly, isn't it? Instead of giving this relation directly, the graph of the relation will be given, the directed graph of the relation will be given, and you have to find out the ordered pairs present in the relation and then check if it is an equivalence relation. Okay, is it clear? So, this is so how many ways are there to represent a relation? What are the different ways? See, this I covered earlier, isn't it? The first method is directed graph, where we draw nodes representing, if S is a set, then for each element we draw the nodes, and then for each ordered pair in the relation, we draw directed edges. So this is directed graph notation. Then we have a relation matrix or adjacency matrix, where we write it in matrix form. One set will be representing rows, another will be the columns, and if that ordered pair is present, then we put 1, otherwise it is 0. If 0, 0 is an ordered pair, then we put it as 1. If 1, 0 is also an ordered pair, then we put it. So 1, 1 is 0 means that ordered pair is not present in the relation. Then next is the arrow diagram, isn't it? In this arrow diagram, looking at the relation 1A, you draw an directed arrow from 1 to A. So one ellipse will represent one set, the next ellipse will represent the second set, and this is a relation from from set 1 to set 2. So here the set P is here. This is set P. Okay, this is set P and this is set Q. Represent each element inside the ellipse for P and the next element inside Q. Then look at the relation. If 1A is an ordered pair, draw a straight line from 1 to A. Okay. Then next method, you have a directed graph, then adjacency matrix, then arrow diagram, and last is the relation table. Okay, these are the four ways in which you can represent relations. And in relation table also we draw a table form, and then inside the table the rows represent one set. Suppose if it is set B, the columns represent another set. Suppose if it is set A, then if one A is present, you put across. One B is an ordered pair in the relation. One C is also an ordered pair, so you put across. This is the relation matrix. So any one of these graphical notations will be given to you, and you will be asked to check if it is an equivalence relation. So you have to identify the ordered pairs represented in this graphical notation, write down the ordered pairs, and then check if it is an equivalence relation. Is it clear? Is it clear? Hello? So the graph will be given to you. Now, what are the ordered pairs representing this graph? What are the ordered pairs? What are the ordered pairs? Only the directed graph is given. And this represents a relation R. Now, what are the ordered pairs present in the relation R? What are the ordered pairs? Looking at the graph, you have to find, look at the arrow. Let us start from 1. You have a self loop from 1 to 1, which means that ordered pair 1, 1 is there. Isn't it? Then take 2. Ordered pair 1, 2 is also there. Then 3, that ordered pair is not there. Sorry, 2, 2 is there. Then from 3 to 3, there is no arc, so 3, 3 is not there. From that itself, you can conclude that it is not reflexive and therefore it is not an equivalence relation. If any one of the properties is not satisfied, it is not an equivalence relation. Anyway, you have to represent all the relations of the ordered pairs first. So you have 1, 1, then 2, 2. Then next take, there is an arrow from 1 to 2. So 1, 2 is there as an ordered pair. From 2 to 1, there is an arrow. So 2, 1 is also an ordered pair. Then from 2 to we had written, then 2 to 3 is an ordered pair. Also there is an edge from 3 to 2. So 3, 2 is also an ordered pair. Next 3, 3 is not there. But 3 to 1, there is an arrow. So 3, 1 is an ordered pair. And 1 to 3, there is an arrow. So 1, 3 is also an ordered pair. Okay, so look at the arrows and write down the ordered pairs. So this forms a relation. So of this directed graph. So only maybe sometimes only the graph will be given and you will have to find the relation. Looking at the graph, you have to write the ordered pairs present in the relation. Is it clear? Is it clear? What I said now? If you're given a directed graph, what you should do first? What you should do? Once a directed graph is given, what you should do? Hello? If a directed graph is given, you have to find out the relation. The directed graph digraph represents the relation. Okay, so you have to write down the ordered pairs present in the relation first. Okay, and then looking at the relation, you have to check if all the three properties are satisfied: reflexive, symmetric, and anti-reflexive, symmetric, and transitive property. If all the three are satisfied, then it is an equivalence relation. So once a directed graph is given, and if you are asked to prove whether it is an equivalence relation, then you have to first write down the ordered pairs and check the properties. Any doubt? Any doubt in that? Now, can you check what is it an equivalence relation? Check if it is an equivalence relation. Which all properties are satisfied in this relation or which are not satisfied? If anything, any one of the three properties not satisfied, it is not an equivalence relation. So, which property is not satisfied? Akshara, Akash, Anurag, which property is not satisfied in this relation? Yes, reflexive property is not satisfied. Why? Reflexive property is not satisfied. Why? Why reflexive property is not satisfied? I just said the answer before. Why reflexive property is not satisfied in this diagram? See, are you writing it down? Please write this question. This is not there in the notebook, so you write down this question. Yes, Stifle. 3, 3 is not present. Isn't it? 3, 3 is not present. So reflexive property states that for each element A, for every element, for all elements in A, the ordered pair should be present. So if 1 is there, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3. 1, 2, and 3 are the elements. So 1, 1 should be an ordered pair, 2, 2 should be there in the ordered pair in the relation, 3, 3 should also be there. So we have 1, 1 and 2, 2, but 3, 3 is not there. Since there is no self loop here. If there is if 3, 3 is a relation, then there would have been a self loop here. So first thing, looking at the graph itself, you will be able to identify whether it is reflexive. That is, if self loop does not exist for any one of the nodes, then it is not reflexive. Okay, if self loop does not exist for any of the nodes, then it is not reflexive. If it is not reflexive, then we can say that it is not an equivalence relation, not an equivalence relation. because if any one of the property is not satisfied, it's not an equivalence. So if reflexive property is not satisfied here, so it is not an equivalence relation. So you can write down here, the reflexive property is not satisfied. The reflexive property is not satisfied since 3, 3 is not present. Hence, it is not an equivalence relation. So after writing the relation, you can write it down. After that relation, you can write that the reflexive property is not satisfied since the ordered pair 3, 3 is not present in the relation. Hence, it is not an equivalence relation. Okay. Is it clear? Did you write down? Did you write it down? The reflexive property is not satisfied in the relation, so it is not an equivalence relation. Is it clear? Any doubts? So given a graph, will you be able to check if it is an equivalence relation? Given a digraph. See, digraph is very important because when we go to the next section, we have another section called Hesse diagram where we deal with digraphs. Okay. So this digraph, this question is not there in the notebook, so please write it down from here. Only who are attending will be able to write this. Okay. Any doubts? Akshara. Okay. So in this question, it was given, the directed graph was given. Suppose if adjacency matrix is given, will you be able to solve it? If adjacency matrix is given, will you be able to solve it? Look at the adjacency matrix, and if wherever there is one, you take those ordered pairs and then write it as a relation and check whether it is equivalent. If it is an equivalence relation. Okay, so study the 4 representation. Why you said no, Akash? If you're given an adjacency matrix, will you be able to do it? Okay, the adjacency matrix also represents the ordered pairs, but it is only in the form of a matrix. Here we have a graphical representation, there we have a matrix representation. Look at the matrix and find out the ordered pairs. Write it as a relation and then check if it is an equivalence relation. Okay. Or you might be given a relation table. Any representation can be given. Usual notation is the digraph method. So just look at the notations, the graphical representation, and write down the ordered pairs as a relation. Is it clear to you? Shall I move on to the next section? Or I'll give you one more question in matrix form so that you will get familiar with matrix form also. Write down the next question. A relation R on a set A is equal to ABC is represented by the following matrix. Is represented by the following matrix. Given the matrix MR, a relation matrix MR, 1 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 1. Okay. Determine whether R is an equivalence relation. Determine whether R is an equivalence relation. Determine whether R is an equivalence relation. So this matrix form is given here. Isn't it? For a matrix, for a set A. So what will be the rows and what will be the columns of this matrix? What will be the rows and what will be the columns of this matrix? What will be the rows? I have 1 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 1. What represents rows and what represents columns of this matrix? Yeah, A, B, C. The elements of the set A will be the rows and columns. Okay, so this will be A, B, C, and this is A, B, C. Since only one set is given, the both row and column will be the elements of matrix A. If two sets A and B are given, one set will be the row, the other set will be the column. Okay, so now what are the ordered pairs present in the relation? What are the ordered pairs present in this relation? What are the ordered pairs? Write down the ordered pairs and check if it is an equivalence relation. If it is an equivalence relation, write it as an equivalence relation. If it is not an equivalence relation, then state which property is not satisfied. Come on first. Please do it first. Write down the relations. Write down the relation and then check if it is an equivalence relation. Write down the relations. Did you write it down? Please write it down fast. What are the relations present here? What are the relations present here? Now, can you represent the relation R? R is equal to? You can type in chat box, okay. R is equal to? What are the elements present in R? Hello? No one else is there, only 3 of them are responding. Okay, AA is there, then R contains the ordered pairs AA, then next element is, so wherever there is one, you have to take the ordered pair. So one is here in this entry, so AA is there, then next AC, one is here also. So you have AC, then next one is here. So you have BB, and next one is here. So you have CC. Isn't it? Only that many ordered pairs are there. So are the 3 properties satisfied in this relation? Just check if 3 properties, reflexive, symmetric, and transitive properties satisfied. Check if the 3 properties are satisfied. Are all the 3 properties satisfied? Okay, Typhel. These are the ordered pairs. Now, are all the 3 properties satisfied? Check if all the 3 properties are satisfied. If not, state which property is not satisfied. Is reflexive property satisfied? No. Oh, okay. It's not an equivalence relation. Which property is not satisfied? Which property is not satisfied? Is reflexive property satisfied? Is reflexive property satisfied? Yes, reflexive property is satisfied. Why? Because for the 3 elements ABC, AA is present, BB is present, and CC is present. So when you look at the relation matrix, you can easily find it out, because if the diagonal elements are 1, AA, BB, and CC, if the diagonal elements are all 1, then it satisfies reflexive property. So it is easy to identify from the matrix itself whether it is if it satisfies reflexive property, that is the diagonal elements will be 1, then it satisfies reflexive property. Now next property, check if the next property is satisfied. Symmetric is not satisfied. Typhel, is you're saying symmetric is satisfied? Is symmetric satisfied? No. Why it's not satisfied? Symmetric is not satisfied. Why? Symmetric property says that if AB is present, BA should be present. For if they are equal, then they are present. But look at AC. If AC is present, then CA should be present. Is CA present in the relation? No. Isn't it? CA is not there in the relation. For CA, the entry is 0. So CA is not present. But symmetric property says that if AB is present, BA should be present. So AC is present here, but CA is not present. So it does not satisfy symmetric property. So one of the properties violated. So we can say that this relation, it does not, it is not an equivalence relation. Is it clear? Yes, no CA. There is no CA. If AC is present, CA should be present. Since CA is not present, it is not a symmetric relation. So it doesn't satisfy symmetric property. So we say that one of the properties violated and that is symmetric property is not present, not satisfied by the relation. So it is not an equivalence relation. Is it clear? Is it clear? So we can say that the ordered pair AC is an element of R, but CA is not an element of R. Since this violates symmetric property, this is not an equivalence relation. Okay, is it clear? So given matrix, will you be able to find out the whether it is equivalence relation or not? Look at the matrix and write down the relation. Likewise, if a directed graph is also given, look at the graph and write down the relation and check the three properties. Another method, easy method, is look at the diagonal elements. You find that if all are 1, then it satisfies reflexive property. For a directed graph, if there are self loop for all nodes, then it satisfies reflexive property. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? So let me move on to the next topic, next section of equivalency relation. Shall I move on? Hello? Next, we are going to equivalence classes. Seen in most of the questions, find out the equivalence class. Okay, very important section, equivalence classes. So let us see what an equivalence class is. Okay, okay, Akshay. See. One minute. Okay. Now write the heading, equivalence classes. Now what is an equivalence class? Now let us look at it with an example. After that, we will define what it is. Let A is equal to 1, 2, 3 with the relation less than or equal to. Okay, let A is equal to 1, 2, 3 with the relation less than or equal to is as follows. Now write down the relation. What are the ordered pairs in this relation? The given relation is less than or equal to. So what are the ordered pairs present in this relation that satisfies less than or equal to relation? What will be the ordered pairs in the set A that satisfies less than or equal to relation? Less than or equal to. Can you state the ordered pairs that satisfies the less than or equal to relation from this set A? What are the ordered pairs? Should satisfy less than or equal to relation. What are the ordered pairs that you have? You can identify, look at the set and find out the ordered pairs. What are the ordered pairs? You can type in chat box. What are the ordered pairs that satisfies less than or equal to relation? See, take elements from now R is defined on A cross A, isn't it? Instead of writing A cross, either you can write A cross A and find out, or you simply by looking at this elements itself, you can find out the ordered pairs. Okay, those who doesn't know how to find it out, just write A cross A. I write down all the elements of A cross A and then check if this relation is satisfied. Okay. Otherwise, looking at the relation itself, we can find that 1 is less than or equal to 1, 2 is less than or equal to 2, 3 is less than or equal to 3. Next, 1 is less than or equal to 2, isn't it? 1 is less than 2, isn't it? 1, 2, then 1 is less than or equal to 3. Then you have 2 is less than or equal to 3, isn't it? There are 6 ordered pairs in this relation that satisfies less than or equal to relation. Did you write it down? Did you understand? That is, the first element should be either less than or equal to second. So, considering each element, they are equal to itself. So, equal to is satisfied. So, you can write it, write the ordered pair. So, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 1 is less than 2. So, that is also there in less than. It can be either less than or equal to. So, you have 1, 2, 1, 3, and 2, 3. Is there any other element? Is there any other element? Okay, you just write these ordered pairs. These are the ordered pairs in the relation that satisfies less than or equal to. If you don't know how to find out, just write A cross A and then find out, check each element if it is less or equal to than the second element. Okay, now so, if this is check if it is an equivalence relation. To find out the equivalence classes, this relation should be an equivalence relation. Okay. To find the equivalence classes, the relation R should be an equivalence relation. And earlier we said that less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, etc. They are all, these relations are all equivalence, equality, equal to relation. They are all equivalence relations. So we needn't prove it. If we know that it is, they are all equivalence relation, we can write the equivalence classes. Or if you are asked to prove whether it is an equivalence relation, you have to prove it and then write the equivalence classes. Okay, we know that less than, equal to, greater than or equal to are all equivalence relations, satisfies equivalence relation. So this relation is also an equivalence relation. So if the relation is an equivalence relation, then we can find the equivalence classes. Now equivalence class means for each element A in the set A, we have a set of elements that are related to each other. So if we are taking the first element of A, first element of A is 1. 1 is related to 1 and 1 is related to 2. 1 is related to 3. So we can form the equivalence class of 1 and you represent equivalence class of 1 in square bracket. Equivalence class of 1 is equal to all the elements to which 1 is related. So look at the ordered pairs in the relation. Find out the elements to which 1 is related. 1 is related to 1. So it is there in the equivalence class of 1. Then again, next here, 1 is related to 2. So 2 is also there in the equivalence class of 1. Then 1 is related to 3. So 3 is also there in the equivalence class of 1. No other ordered pairs are there. So equivalence class of 1 is the set 1, 2, 3. That is the elements to which 1 is, the elements to which the element 1 is related. So the second element, just try to take the second element and write it as a set, and that forms the equivalence class of 1. So for every element in A, we can write the equivalence class. So now what is the equivalence class of 2? Look at the relation and find out to which all elements 2 is related. So what is the equivalence class of 2? What is the equivalence class of 2? What is the equivalence class of 2? Find the equivalence class of 2. It is a set of all elements to which the element 2 is related in the equivalence relation. What is the equivalence class of 2? It is a set of elements to which the element 2 is related in the relation. You didn't understand that? Is it difficult for you to understand? See, what is the equivalence class of 2? Look at the relation R. Here we have 2 here and it is related to 2. So it is 2 is one element in the equivalence class of 2. Next, check if 2 is there anywhere. Here also we have 2 so, and it is related to 3. So 3 is there in the equivalence class of 2. Okay, so this is the equivalence class of 2. Now what is the equivalence class of 3? What is the equivalence class of 3? What is the equivalence class of 3? It is the set of elements to which 3 is related in the relation. What is the equivalence class of 3? What is the equivalence class of 3? 3. Very good. 3. See, look at the relation. Look at the first element. Wherever 3 happens, you take the second element and put it in the list. Here we have only one ordered pair and 3 is related to 3. So take this 3 and put it in the set. And that forms the class of 3, equivalence class of 3. So all those elements to which each element is related forms a class. So 3 is related to a set of elements that forms the equivalence class of 3 and 3 is related to only 3. So here there is only one element in the equivalence class of 3 and when we take 1, it is related to 3 elements. So 1, 2 and 3. So equivalence class of 1 is 1, 2 and the set of elements to which 1 is related and that is 1, 2 and 3. And equivalence class of 2 we have 2 ordered pairs here and 2 is related to 2 and 3. So these 2 elements form the equivalence class of 3 that is 2 and 3. So we have found out the equivalence classes for all elements in the set A and each element is in the set in the equivalence class is called a representative of this class. Here we have 3 elements. Any one of the element can form the representative of the class 1. Then just like for a particular class we elect a representative, each element of the set, any one of the element of the set can become a representative element of the class 1, equivalence class 1. So this is how you write equivalence classes. Now I'll give you an example, just write down the equivalence classes. After that, we will define it. Let A is equal to 1, 2. Let A is equal to 1, 2. And R is equal to 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, and 2, 1. Show write the equivalence class of, write down the equivalence class of A. Class of A. Write down the equivalence classes of A. Now, how will you write down? Write down the equivalence classes of A. How will you write down? ഇങ്ങനെ എഴുതും. എ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന സെറ്റ് എയിലെ എല്ലാ എലിമെന്റ്സിന്റെ ഇക്വലൻസ് ക്ലാസ് എഴുതണം. ഇക്വലൻസ് ക്ലാസ് എങ്ങനെ എഴുതുന്നു? റിലേഷൻ തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്, എയും തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. എ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ക്ലാസിന്റെ എല്ലാ എലിമെന്റ്സിന്റെ ഇക്വലൻസ് ക്ലാസ് എഴുതണം. So you have 2 elements in A, write down the equivalence classes of each of the elements. What did you get? What did you get? Come on fast. What did you get? Equivalence class of 1 element, first element in A is 1, so equivalence class of 1 it is represented in square bracket and it is the set to which all 1 is related. Then you have equivalence class, the second element in A is 2, so you have to find out the elements in the relation that are related. Well, what are the elements? What is equivalence class of 1? Equivalence class of 1 is take You have two ordered pairs, so 1 and 2, isn't it? 1 and 2 is equivalence class of 1. Now what is equivalence class of 2? 1 and 2, isn't it? Two elements, 1 and 2, or you can write 2 and 1. Order is not a matter. Set is an unordered collection. So even if you write 2, 1, comma 1 or 1, comma 2, it is the same. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. So did you understand what an equivalence class is? For each element of the set, we can form an equivalence class. And to form an equivalence class, that relation should be an equivalence relation. Only then we can write down the equivalence classes. You cannot write equivalence class for all relations. Only those relations that are equivalent, then you can write down the equivalence classes. Only for equivalence relations, we can write down equivalence classes. So if you are asked to write down the equivalence classes, first we have to check if the relation is an equivalence relation, and then write down the equivalence classes. Is it clear? Any doubt? Next class we will define what an equivalence relation is. Okay. This is only an example. After only if you write down an example, you will be able to understand what it is. Is it clear? Any doubt? So say your attendance. Say your attendance.
1.
2 absent.
2.
3. 3.
Okay.
4.
Okay.
5.
Okay.
6.
7.
8.
9.
10.
11 absent. 11 present. 12 present. Okay. Next.
13.
Okay.
14.
15.
16. 18. 20.
21.
22.
23 absent.
23.
Okay.
24.
Okay.
25. 26. 27.
28 absent.
29. 30. 12.
32.
33.
34.
35.
36.
37. Next.
38.
39. Absent. 40 present. 41.
41.
42.
43.
44.
43 absent.
45.
43%.
46.
Okay, okay. 43 present. 44, 45. Next.
46. 47.
48.
49.
50.
51.
52.
53. 54. 55.
56.
57.
58.
59.
61.
62.
61. 63 absent. So absent is number 28, 38 and 63. Okay, thank you.
ഹലോ മാം
Ah,
39% ആണ് നെറ്റ് സ്ലോ ആയിരുന്നു
39. Okay. Okay, 39%. Okay, thank you.